Welcome to Leaders on the Rise. I'm Lydia Pierre, founder and CEO of Pierre Branding Group. We help create stories that resonate with audiences to forge unforgettable, unique brand experiences. These stories ultimately become infused with all aspects of the client's branding, thereby turning entrepreneurs into media celebrities by growing their authority and helping them build partnerships with top influencers. We believe that every person has a unique message that can positively impact the world. Stick around to the end of the show. We'll reveal to you how you can be our next guest in 15 to 20 minutes. Let's go. Hello there. This is Lydia Pierre, your host of Leaders on the Rise. And I'm here with the beautiful Fabienne Fredrickson, who is an amazing coach and entrepreneur. And she's here to talk about the amazing things she does to help people leverage their business. Hi, Fabienne.
Hi, Lydia. So happy to be here with you.
Absolutely. And you're tuning in all the way from Paris. Oh my gosh.
Paris is always a good idea.
Yes, it is. Always, always, always. Yeah. So thank you for being here with us today and being able to share your time and your knowledge. And just tell the audience a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do.
Sure, I'd be happy to. I am a business coach, if you will. I have been for 21 years. I work with mostly women who are self-employed and who are looking to get to 10K a month consistently. Or if they're already at six figures, I help them get predictably. I have a process that if you just show up and follow the recipe, will predictably get you to 20K, 50K, 100K a month. This is what we do at Bold Heart. And I myself have been at multiple seven figures, so multiple millions annually for 14 years. So, and the whole idea though, is that I teach how to do it, and I do it myself, the feminine way. And that includes lots of downtime. So my whole thing in life is to get you to make very good money, lots of it, yes, and have 14 to 16 weeks of unplugged vacations per year. Happy to share on our time together today anything that you ask about that. And if anybody wants to hear more, it's all on boldheart.com.
That is amazing, Fabienne. And it's so good that you talk about that, about the feminine aspect. I myself have been on a very, very intentional feminine journey where I'm learning how to not only work on self-care and all those things, but how to magnetize my presence as far as in my personal life. And I've seen the difference even in my business life. So let's talk a little bit about how that kind of applies to business, how that feminine energy can benefit you in the business space.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about it. I think that we, especially women, but also the guys, have been bathing in this business world where everything masculine is rewarded. So it's a lot of do, push, beat people over the head with a 2x4 to get them to buy. And I don't know about you, but I don't like to buy that way. I like to buy. I just don't like to be sold in a way that's not really, honoring of my intelligence.
Right.
And what I realize is the masculine energy, and I love the masculine energy, and I love men and all of that.
Yes.
But I don't want to be a man in business. I want to be me. And I've noticed that, let's just agree that the masculine energy is a push energy, and it's a doing energy, and it's a solo energy.
Yes.
Okay. The feminine energy, it's a pull energy, it's a being energy, and it's a community type of energy.
Right.
And for us high achieving women who have healthy ambition, we've been taught that because everything masculine is rewarded in our society, we need to be like that in business to succeed. And I can't tell you, Lydia, how many women have come up to me and say, I want to get to 1 million with 14 weeks of vacation. But right now, from where I'm standing at like 125 or 200 a year, there is no way that I will do that because I'm exhausted, I'm depleted. And I'm thinking, about throwing in the towel. And I usually say to her, just wait. Just give me 1 year. Can you just give me 1 year? And if I help you leverage everything about your business, leverage your team, leverage your systems, and I'll explain what leverage means for those who are listening. Leverage your time, leverage your business model, leverage your marketing, and all of the other chapters of the leveraged business book. Once I help you leverage your business, you're going to be able to make twice as much working half the time, to actually no longer work on evenings, weekends, and there's no more of one more email and mommy will be right there. It's all about doing less better.
I like that.
To make more, you actually have to work less. And I'm happy to unpack that as long as you want. But we have this very masculine way of doing business, or at least what we've been taught is like more, hustle, hustle, hustle. And we forget all the beautiful attraction energy. You mentioned it, right? The bringing, allowing things, the being energy, the attraction energy that is, especially as women. And I know you have an audience that's both women and men, but men can also use this. So it's a combination of doing and being that works in conjunction with leveraging principles.
That is amazing. And again, I love how you talked about the push and the pull, the difference between the two, because that is very important to understand when it comes to the masculine and feminine energies. And like you said, how they work together. And they say everyone has a bit of both inside of them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there's times when you might need to pull out that masculine energy and kind of use it and leverage it.
Every day, actually. Every day. I start with the feminine energy. Then for all the morning, I go into my masculine. I take at least an hour and a half to be in my feminine, and then back in the afternoon and early evening in my work hours in my masculine. And you can shift. You not that I like to use the word should, but you should shift your energy, because everything that works in nature is a combination of yin and yang, feminine and masculine. And when we can use it, everything in that way, everything in your business will work as well.
Wow. That is amazing. And again, I know you talked about the ability to not only do more, but in less time. Let's unpack that a little bit, because I know everyone dreams of being able to get more done, and there's not enough hours in a day. And again, the false idea that you have to work hard in order to justify. I think a lot of times we do it to justify what it is that we get, because we want to prove to everyone, I worked for this, I earned this.
So, and I'm so busy, because busy is rewarded in our culture, right?
Exactly.
When you see somebody actually, like I've even had friends say, do you work at all? I say, I work 3 to 4 hours a day. And you make that? Yes, because I'm leveraging my time. So let's start with time, shall we?
Yes.
Okay. So if you think about how you're using your time, this is I teach this over a 2-day period in our leveraged business program. If we were to have everybody here listening were to write down over the period of 2 weeks, everything they do from the first thing when they get to their desk to the evening for 2 weeks, and we were to look at, is this my genius work? Is this actually moving the needle forward in my business? Is this one of those Pareto principle, meaning the 80-20 rule activities, where 20%, like 20% of my activities are creating 80% of my results, right? We've all heard this. We just may not be applying it to how we use our time. Conversely, if you look at, if I'm looking at the list from 2 weeks, and if I'm being really honest with myself, 80% of the activities are probably only creating 20% of results. Right?
Right.
So we have been taught in our school system to be well-rounded. to be good at many things, to do the stuff. Like if we're not good, let's like do personal growth and development, or let's hustle, or like, let's learn it. Right. Grind, right. To be good at it. But what if you, I'm just going to say what I really want to say. What if you loved yourself enough to say, I'm going to strengthen my strengths and I'm going to delegate
my weaknesses.
Exactly. Delegate my weaknesses, automate my weaknesses, or just eliminate. I'm just not doing that.
Right.
And then what would happen, Lydia, to your time? What would happen to that thing? If you were to look at all of these things, like label, is this my unique brilliance? Am I competent at this, but frankly, somebody else would do it better? Is this something where I really stink at this?
Yes.
How much of it would stay on the list if I said only your unique brilliance? Let's just have fun.
Right.
How many things do you think would stay on that list?
There's a lot of things I'm competent at, but someone else could probably do it better.
Yeah.
And I'm very good at a lot of things, and that sometimes hinders me because I'm really good at a lot of things.
Right. Oh, I'm not picking on you. I'm not picking on you.
We're talking as a conversation, so I really relate to what you're saying as a woman and as someone who's been working on her feminine energy and someone who's running a business in a space where I'm constantly struggling with trying to be there for myself, but also with the environment and the climate and how it's work makes you feel like you're making something happen when it's not.
No, because most people, when they look at this list, if they were to just remove all things that were, I'm competent, I can do it.
Right.
That's the majority of what people work on.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Right. So if you were to delegate, automate, eliminate that, you would be left with about 60% more time. Leverage your time. Chapter 3 of the book. Okay. Especially as women, okay. And guys, this for you too, if you're listening, but especially the women, because we have been socialized to not say no, because then we might be seen as a word that I'm not going to use.
I know.
Right. Oh, she's such a because she said no. What if we actually said no in an elegant way? What if, and I'll give a tip here. I teach our members to say no, to set boundaries when people ask them. And it's not because I really want you guys listening to this to get that. It's not because somebody asks you that you have to say yes. People hijack your time all the time. So what if you had a way to say no, set boundaries so that you got back your time? And we call it at Bold Heart, we call it the Big Fig Sandwich. It's a funny name, right? But you'll never forget it. Big means you begin in gratitude, BIG. Thank you so much for asking me. I'm so honored that you thought of me first. I'm really touched by your invitation. You begin in gratitude.
Yes.
And then you deliver the news. I'm not going to say yes to this, or no, thank you. Or I choose to not accept your invitation. Or you say it in a really nice way.
Right.
I'm sure you'll find somebody lovely in my place. In fact, maybe if I think of somebody, I'll let you know. And then finish in gratitude. You're such a great person. I love your organization. Thank you for inviting me to the PTA, to the book club, to the thing that's going to take up my time and I don't have it to give to you. I really appreciate you. You're an amazing person. And you don't have to give a reason. I choose not to. That's the key, right? Because if you give them a reason, they'll take the reason and convince you with it. But you say, Big Fig, right? Begin in gratitude. I choose not to. You're a wonderful person. Finish in gratitude. That is just one way, another way to leverage your time. Now, if you look at this and you start thinking, in my business, if I really want to work 3 to 4 hours a day, and if I really want to get to multiple 6 and 7 figures, working less, doing the opposite of what everybody else thinks you have, like they think you have to work more. And it's actually easier to make $1 million a year than it is to make 100,000, than it is to make 20,000.
Wow.
I know, I've been living this for 14 years. 2008, October is when I first crossed the $1 million. And I'll tell you why. When you bring on the right team, I'm not talking about just anybody with a pulse. That's not strategic. That's not leveraging how people are wired naturally to act. And you need different people wired for different positions. Okay. And you don't need to hire. Another way to leverage a team is you don't need to hire people full-time. There's only one person on my team who's full-time. When you hire the right people, you can begin to delegate all of that competence stuff and the incompetent stuff. What that does is it removes all these things that you put on your 2 weeks timetable, whatever you want to call it. And you have all this time back, Lydia.
Yes.
You don't want to put more competence things on the list. You want to start thinking, what if I took my 20% and I went, so then 80% of your time is now used on activities that bring in 80% of your results.
Right. Simple math.
Simple math, but nobody gives themselves permission. And somehow they're not courageous or, well, I say bold-hearted enough to say no, to delegate, to go against the grain of what everyone else is doing. So what happens is, especially the ladies, because I don't know if you have kids. I have 3 kids. I crossed the $1 million when they were the 2 of them were little, and I got pregnant just after with the 3rd one. But we have many full-time jobs as women, whether we have our relationships or not. And so the whole idea that you can actually make so much more and have so much more time is something that most people need to bend their I guess beliefs around.
Yes.
But I'll say this. There is something I know called the popcorn effect.
Okay.
And this is what I've witnessed in my own community that I've created. Okay.
Community is about community, like you said.
Right. Exactly. So when you hear this for the first time, that you actually have to work less, that you can do less better, that you can turn your 20 into your 80 to then create 80% results. You know what I mean?
Yes.
At first you're like, okay, this sounds like a good thing, but I'm not sure if this is for me. And when you get in the right community and all the women, hundreds of fabulous, incredibly inspiring women who are making less than you and more than you and in totally different industries. But the thing that they all have in common is that they do business with authenticity, integrity, heart, love, inclusion. When you have that, and everybody around you has this extreme generosity way of being in life, and all of a sudden you're in the pot together. Imagine like popcorn, right? You ever make popcorn?
Yes.
And all of a sudden it pop. There's one that just got to 1 million. And you're like, wow, really? Because I would be at the grocery store line next to her and I wouldn't even know. She's just like me.
Right.
Just regular. Right. And then pop. The one next to you, maybe a week later, 2 weeks later, had her first $100,000 launch in a weekend. You're like, wow. And then pop, pop, pop. Not everybody pops at the same time. It's the evidence you may have needed to actually believe that it might be true for yourself. And if you understand the law of attraction, metaphysics, quantum physics, all that, I believe that you believe what I believe, however that sounds around that.
Yes.
When you can believe something and when you can expect it for yourself, when you say, wow, that could be me, that's when you attract it as well.
Wow. That's when it has to basically it has to come to pass because it's all there.
The evidence is there.
It's law.
The steps, the strategy's there, right? So that's the masculine. What do I need to do? And then the belief and the expectation and the self-image and this is who I can be. Like I can really be that $1 million, even if you don't want listening to this, maybe if you want to make 200 a year, 500 a year.
Right.
I just can be this and take these action. That's the masculine and the feminine. I've got the community and I've got the structure for my nature. I've got the people around me and we share the recipes. We cook together, if you know what I mean. We're all in the kitchen together. We're all following the recipe that always works. That's when everybody wins.
Wow.
You're playing Monopoly, whatever game, right? You're playing Monopoly, but instead of, I want to win. Wait, what if we just play Monopoly so everybody wins?
Yes. And that's kind of my own philosophy too. I always joke and say, I don't like win-win situations. I like win-win-win situations.
Exactly.
I like to create win-win-win where everyone wins. And it starts with you. And I tell this to all the amazing women that attract into my life. I tell them that the best thing you can do is be a happy version of yourself and everyone benefits anyway.
Yes.
They benefit anyway. So the whole, I have to work so hard and have so much stuff on my plate. You're just stressed out, burnt out. And then now you're bringing that energy around people. And now they're feeling that too, because we change the room. Whether it's good in a good way or a bad way, we come in and we change we shift the energy of the room, so to speak. So,
and when our cup is full, it all the love, all the abundance, all the energy spills over naturally and abundantly to everybody else. If our cup is empty, they'll see us walking in and they'll know.
Yeah, they will know, they'll feel it. And then they'll feel bad because they have nothing to give you because they don't know how to pour into you. So it's kind of like who's going to save the hero kind of a thing. Because you've always been the one with the S on your chest. And now that you don't have anything left, everyone is miserable around you because you're miserable. Yeah. And that, I mean, I'm loving the whole feminine energy journey. It's such a beautiful thing to be a woman. It really, really is.
It really is. Right. And I'll say this, I love the guys, but if you think about all the top guys in the world of business coaching, I've been in all their masterminds, almost all of them. And I love them.
Yes.
And they're friends, and some of them are acquaintances, and some of them I've never seen again. But I don't want to do bro marketing, bro selling, bro networking, bro launching, bro, all the stuff. That's not me. I want to do everything with authenticity, integrity, love, community, abundance, community.
Yes.
I want to invite rather than convince.
Yeah.
And so I think it's time, and thank God for people like you. It's time for more focus on, I'm for us, by us, right?
Yes,
for women, right?
Yes.
For us, by us, coaching for women based on what our needs are. And we have different needs.
And again, it's about allowing, it's really about allowing ourselves to be able to just be these women that we are, these amazing women, and rest in that energy and understand that these things can come to us. They will just come to us. The people will come to us. The resources will come to us. All of that, if you focus on working on yourself and being there for yourself and self-soothing, being nice and compassionate to yourself, all those great things, because essentially what people see is the relationship you have with yourself, and they're attracted to that.
Very much.
Yeah, they're attracted to the relationship they see you have with yourself. And again, this is me. I'm just learning all of this, and I'm seeing how it benefits me in my business as well. So I really love what it is you're doing and how you're changing lives and helping women to be able to have more time for themselves and get back to their families, get back to themselves in that way, and still have that income to make them that independent, proud woman they get to be without having to be so forceful about it.
Yeah, you can be powerfully feminine.
Powerfully feminine. I love that. I absolutely love that. So what are some ways that people can get access to you to be able to learn more, be able to get all these tools that they need?
Yeah. So I think a great place to start, honestly, is I would, if anything that you've heard today really spoke to you, I would get on boldheart.com and get the book, The Leveraged Business. At the top, there's a banner somewhere at the top that says, get the book. I believe I'm giving it right now at no charge. The only charge, I know. And it's really just because I want as many women to read it as humanly possible, because they'll probably see themselves in there. There is a fee for the shipping. It's either $2.95.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah. Or $4.95 if you're international. And my recommendation is read the whole book. Read the whole book without taking action. Just have it be, it's a whole bunch of mindset shifts. So that's The Leveraged Business. It's available on the website. And while you're there, just for inspiration about how you can be more feminine, there's a 9-minute documentary. I think it's boldheart.com/programs. If it's not programs, it's program. Just below the top of the page, the documentary will invite you. Many women have tears in their eyes after they watch it, because it's a permission to be the fullest expression of your feminine self if you want to succeed. And it's a day in the life of what we do in our program. And if it inspires anybody to be more feminine, then that I would be delighted to have you watch that.
Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. And I mean, I absolutely love what you're doing, because I know that has been my journey as of late. So to see how just I'm attracting the same like-minded people and the same energies, it almost kind of reinforces that I'm on the right path, that I'm going in the right direction. And I really hope that the listeners are able to really embrace this as well, because I think it's all about being able to, especially in the climate that we're in with all the things we've been through as of late, it's so important to have community and be able to be just more relaxed and happy. We just want to be happy. And we didn't get into business. We left that 9-to-5 space so that we can enjoy more of our time.
Space, right?
Yes.
It's very often very toxic.
Yes. And we left that space for a reason and said, like, well, I'm going to start my own business so that I can be happy and I can make my own rules. And then we fall into the same patterns that we left. It's like, remember why you did this.
More of the same will likely create more of the same, right?
Right. So let's do something different and really just allow ourselves to exist and to be and just enjoy the life that we have and still make money while doing it.
Yep. That can be our new normal.
Yes, that'll be our new normal. And this is the best time. The time is now, because since now there's a lot of remote work, you can be able to create teams where, and it's just such the right time to be able to create the space for yourself, to be able to have that 80-20 experience where you can just have more time for yourself. It's perfect.
Well said.
Yes. So thank you so much, Fabienne, for all that you're doing to create the space for women, and for anyone else who's looking to be able to just really enjoy their life and enjoy their work. We really appreciate all that you're doing. And again, the book is The Leveraged Business, and you can see it on boldheart.com. She has some amazing information there. She even has a lot of great resources on the website as well, as far as strategies and how to be able to grow your network, grow your referral base. I mean, there's so much information on the website alone. And you're also doing a free session, I see, if someone wants one.
Yes, I am. It's just an opportunity to talk to somebody about what your business is like, knowing that you're not going to get sold to. It's like, oh, I can have an ear. Yes. Tell me what I should be focused on. We'll give you some tips. And then if ever you want to talk about how we help you implement it, what we tell you, but it's more of a feminine approach to having a conversation like that.
I love it. I love it. And if I'm being honest, that's what this podcast is about for me as well. It's a more feminine approach to be able to do business and be able to get myself out there and learn and meet amazing people and just build that community, you know, because it's not about, like you said, about selling to people, but about bringing them onto your journey with you and being able to experience it. So I thank you for just really helping to reaffirm that a lot of the things I'm doing are leading me in the right
They really
right
are.
direction. So I thank
Yeah.
you for that.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed every single second with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, everyone visit boldheart.com to get more information on Fabienne Fredrickson and the amazing things she's doing when it comes to 10xing your business. Thank you again, Fabienne, and we really, really, really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Until next time. Lydia here. Thank you so much for listening to Leaders on the Rise. If you are a successful CEO, founder, C-suite executive, decision maker, successful business leader, or an influential entrepreneur who would like to be on this podcast, please visit pierrebrandinggroup.com/podcast to apply. If you got something out of this interview you would like to share on social media, just do a quick screenshot with your phone and text it to a friend or post it on the socials. If you know someone that would be a great guest, tag them on social media to let them know about the show and include the hashtag #LeadersOnTheRise. I love seeing your posts and guest suggestions. We are regularly putting out new episodes and content. To make sure you don't miss any episodes, go ahead and subscribe. Your thumbs up, ratings, and reviews go a long way to help promote the show, and they mean so much to me and my team. Want to know more? Go to our website, pierrebrandinggroup.com, or follow me on LinkedIn and Instagram at Lydia Pierre _. Thanks for listening. We will see you next time.